Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about vocal tics, and this topic is inspired by a lot of comments that I receive over on my TikTok page about how people assume that I just don't have any vocal tics, and that's just how it is for me. When in reality, I do have vocal tics. They're just not the vocal tics that a lot of people outside of the Tourette Syndrome community have come to know. So a lot of people think when you have a vocal tic, that must mean that you shout out a word, that you yell out a swear word, that you yell out something inappropriate or something that somebody else might find inappropriate, but that is not always the case. So first things first, what I want to talk about is coprolalia, which is what 10% of the Tourette syndrome population has, and that is what you would find as being the swearing form of Tourette syndrome. It is very, very real. It is very uncomfortable, and it is not as hilarious as everybody thinks and makes it out to be. Second one I want to talk about is vocal tics are not always shouting out words. It is not always what a person might expect. So for example, for me, my vocal tics generally include, I have a clicking sound with my tongue that I do. It has actually come back a little bit more recently. I've been doing it a little bit more often, I have found. I also have a grunting tic. So this kind of goes hand in hand with my stomach tic. So I have a stomach tic where I kind of, my muscles tighten and then they release, and then I hold my breath at the same time, and then a grunt also comes out. The grunt doesn't happen every single time. However, it does happen, especially when it's getting really bad. Another thing is that I make a little bit of a grunting sound also with a breathing tic that I have. That one tends to come out when my tics are in full force that day, or I've noticed that that tic tends to come out when I'm around other people with Tourette syndrome. So for example, that tic came out last May when I was at the Tourette Syndrome conference in Minneapolis, and I was around a lot of other people with Tourette syndrome. So that grunting tic and that vocal kind of tic, that started coming out because I was being triggered by hearing all of the other vocal tics. Now, those are not the only vocal tics that I will ever have. Those are not the only tics that I do have. I will have and get some come and go throughout the years, and every great once in a while, I do also have tics where I will repeat something that I hear, whether it be a sound, a phrase, a word, and then my head and my tics make me repeat that sound over and over again as fast as I can. So it is absolutely a super common misconception about how vocal tics should and do sound. And then another thing that I want to point out is to always remember that Tourette syndrome advocates that are online, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, this is only a very, very small portion of our lives. This is absolutely not the entirety of what Tourette syndrome does. Because another misconception for a lot of people that watch my videos think that I only tic basically from here up, when in reality, it's just the only part of my body that you see. So I definitely tic with every single part of my body. My body chooses what it's going to tic with, and I have no choice in the matter. I don't have control over it. I can't stop it. I can't choose what and when I tic, and that will always be the case for me. And that is because I have Tourette syndrome and I have no control over those tics. So yes, I do have vocal tics. Always remember that vocal tics are not always yelling out words. It's not always swearing. It can be any kind of noise or sound that your body is making. It could be sniffing, it could be coughing, any of those things. And also always remember that a 60-second clip, a 3-minute clip, a 10-minute YouTube video, that's still such a minuscule amount of a person's day with Tourette syndrome. And also every single day can be so different. I do not tic on the same severity every day of my life. There could be things in my life that are making me tic more. I could be in a calming situation where I'm ticking less. So it all just depends on outside factors as well as just what my Tourette syndrome decides to do that day. So always remember that. Always remember to be kind and spread that Tourette syndrome awareness to everyone you know, so that those of us living with Tourette syndrome can be more than just a joke and won't face so many stigmas and misunderstandings. Bye, everyone.